the difference between a God and a human. Why gods are humans. My friends and families, a thought struck me this morning as I was on my way to the farm. I was heading to a piece of property, a family land, or what you would call a woodland that someone accidentally set fire upon. It was burned through, but a few small trees were standing. For me, it was an opportunity. The opportunity usually appears only to those with eyes to see. And it is a divine tenet of all eventualities that separates the degrees of intelligence, as you would figure on a separation of humans from gods. People, as the word for God came and evolved over eons, it became a trap of limitation to the minds of the subject, humans. It is necessary for man who manages and is here to govern or manage the existence to attain to godhood. He must be the God. The confusion is by applying the meaning to or as that sense of infinity, of the all, of perpetual motion, or of a shepherd's stack that you must bow before. My friend, you should rather be the shepherd. You are man. Man put on a boat is the captain of the ship. Be the resistance if it is your better way. Man, the vessel. It is your purpose. And if there is a difference, you will not speak. Then that controversy will never start. And if you start a controversy, you light a new spark. And over time, through the debates, we all, as humans, become better, wiser, more godlike. Welcome again to the house of high thoughts that I am. I stay here in the darkness behind the veil, raising topics to view the light. I raise these topics to light sparks, and you will make of them what you will. There is no need for one to try and oppose the other. It is only a universal principle that we have access to all possibilities in thought, in perpetual motion. So, as I said, this piece of property was burnt down and ashes covered the ground. The pumpkins really love the ashes for fertilizer. I decided to clear the standing wood, let the sun fully inside, and plant pumpkins on the entire burnt out area. I had a friend who liked the idea and wanted to chip in. When I was going to start work, I saw him going down the road and he asked, "Where are you going?" I said, "I am going to start cleaning so that I can plant the pumpkins. I love planting around the full moon." Then he said, "But we should wait for the rain though." I said, "It is springtime. Spring is for planting, even if the rain slows." For one person, my response was foolish, and for the other, it was a point of separation between man and God. But it was the answer that puts intelligence in charge of chaos. There is always chaos, and intelligence takes control when it governs and manages chaos. Chaos is sometimes the conditions, the eventualities that you don't know when the rain will fall or if the hurricane will strike, but you can create irrigation channels and you can build a concrete house. My people, if it is springtime, there is no better time for something to grow. You put it there and it will grow fine. If there is a drought, you give it a little water, not necessarily a ton load, for it is spring and it will do well with just a little. Bring the conditions that is necessary for it to produce. See, the conditions are always there. The human is the one who is supposed to surmount the challenges, succeed, and be Godhood, and create the ideal. Be Godhood or be Godlike. This is not something I am making up. It is the truth we knew for eons before a new order shifted your mind into a sense of inadequacy and codependency. The moment you receive this message, you will see the truth that is conspicuous to it. Watch out too. A new world order is always on its way. But did you contribute to the debate or did you participate in writing on its blueprint? Ages ago, all humans were understood to be gods. Tell me, what is the difference between the caterpillar and the butterfly? That is the difference between the god and the human, with only one catch to it. The catch is that all caterpillars might become butterflies, but not all humans will become God. Humans only grow their wings by choice. You become the chosen of God when you choose yourself. The rise into the sun for a caterpillar is intrinsic. Humans create reality, so they will always have to choose. We are the creators, God creators. And if you can't see this yet, will you see it when we start making babies on conveyor belts? Humans being the God is not an insult to perpetual motion. Man having a choice is no affront to the universe. Us being the gods is no challenge to the authority of the intrinsical creation. It is merely to live upon the character ascribed to us by creation itself. Creation itself is the only intelligent factor that is bigger than us as intelligence. This is what you call God. This is what you define as God. This is what you understand as God. But the title of God is the insult to something that is bigger than God. You giving it the title of God, you giving creation and all its perpetual motion the title of God, that is the insult to it, for it is something that is bigger than God. You turn it wrong. You make the insult and then you condemn us when we tell you. It is like we find diamond, the higher jewel. Then we find gold, which is below the diamond. The common folks had gold, but then one man took gold unto himself and called himself Mr. Gold. He became the master, and the greatest thing known after this was gold. Then, for this reason, those that find diamond, discovering that it is even greater than Mr. Gold, begins to refer to diamond in the form of the greatest reckoning they know, and the word that defined their greatest reckoning was gold. So here you do. You reduce the statue of diamond to that of gold. You reduce the statue of creation and its perpetual motion to a mere God, because the petty gods confounded your vision in the past, but you are gods too, and still you won't reckon. Some are subject to the conditions. The rain is not falling, so the plants will not grow in spring. Some surmount and attain to godhood, and they build irrigation channels to make their produce. We are always subject to some imperfection or fault with perpetual motion, even when it is not there. We do not see the design of the universe that challenges us to become perfect by these stumbling blocks. The universe is perfect, and what makes it perfect are the same stumbling blocks that make you figure that it is imperfect. It is perfect for including all that you needed. It is you who are imperfect and are on the path to perfection, but you have a choice. The challenges will put you in that place where you must be. It is also perfect. There is always the challenge to become the God. There is truly nothing else, not even injustice. This is why the sage never has a thing to forgive, but the common people will never grasp the reasoning. The human is the one that makes the conditions perfect, and the human is the one who subjects and submits to the adverse conditions. One becomes God and even the shepherd of humans, and the other becomes the subject. One lives in the active and objective mind mode and culture, that of God. The other lives in the passive, dependent, mediocre mindset, that of the human servant of the gods. The universe in the highest character that you understand by the word God is love. Love is goodness, truth, and beauty. In it is everything to live for, to appreciate. And each of these components are tenets that define higher labors and the achievement, godlikeness. If it is to access the highest goodness, the highest truth, and the highest beauty, one beautiful moment in time was when a man became an idol, a most godlike millisecond of an hour. Usain Bolt did the impossible and defied science by running a time that scientists deemed impossible. That was beauty, and his achievement became your own. It was godlike for this reason. This is why only the word idol can define the person. Can heavy metal objects float in space? What is the truth? Ask Elon Musk. Is it not God-like to do the supernatural, especially when you said that God alone can do the impossible? A rocket soaring to space is magic. It is supernatural. But because man has broken down magic into science and the mighty titan force of Elon Musk brings the evidence, we no longer know that it was a supernatural event yesterday. Elon Musk is a godlike human. He has power of truth, for he has turned magic into calculable science. Does the word God mean good? Absolutely not. Did you say that Bill Gates was an awful character when I believed you? But I also tell you that he is the face of a God, being of earth, something that many have not chosen to ascend into, but he could go in and then try to close the door. Who knows? Good or bad, a God is a God. It is up to us to choose. When you distance God from the human, to make it seem like something out of his reach, you make the human have a far more limiting stature than he is. You make his simple little goals too big and too unreachable to consider. You defame a God, and the mighty will fall because he defies you not. This is a trick. Don't fall to it. Ages ago, all humans were understood to be gods, bad gods, not unlike those you know today, came along and deceived you by many simple stuff, especially by spelling, even vocabulary words often repeated, and by limiting the vocabulary word that incite the reckoning. I always want to explain these bits in details, but it is impossible. I will keep posting and hoping to get all the details across in the end. If you find any spark that will light a flame, I will be happy. This is what I come to do. Please like and share and subscribe. Peace out.